better and there's no more background sound. But I really wanted to do this video. I've been getting a lot of questions about how to start on the makeup journey. I know I've been doing a lot of full makeup tutorials, but I wanted to really break down each step so you really understand how to start with doing your makeup. Before that, I'm going to put some lipstick on. So this is Iman. And it's like a burgundy red and I love it, and I'm just going to put it on just so my face looks a little brighter. Okay, so now that we have that on, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to show you this highlighting your face. So what do I mean by highlighting your face? A lot of us tend to get a little bit of dark circles in our under eye area, especially with Indian skin tone. There are certain areas of our face that tends to be darker than others. For example, right here under the eyes, around the mouth, and sometimes in between the eyebrows as well. So what I'm going to show you is, in order to make your face look almost instantly brighter, to give it like a 3D, not a 3D effect, but a sort of 3D effect where like the key areas of your face, like the center of your face is brighter than the rest of your face. So it really draws the attention to this part of your face. So I'm going to show you how you can do that. For that, what you're going to need is you're going to need concealer. Now make sure that the concealer is lighter than your face. So I'm also going to do a video on how to choose your foundation color. That's a different thing. But right now, don't think of some foundation at all. Don't even factor in your foundation. Just concealer. Okay, so what you're going to do is, for the concealer, use one shade lighter than your actual skin tone. So usually the idea is that your face needs to match your neck when you choose a foundation. So let's say your neck and your face are two completely different colors. Then whatever foundation you're using on your face, you use a shade lighter than that foundation shade. I hope this makes sense. But if you're doing this step, you don't even need to use foundation because you're going to take care of all the key areas of your face. Unless, of course, there are other things that you want to cover up with foundation. For an everyday look, I don't think it's necessary to use foundation at all if you're going to do this step. So what I'm going to show you is, I'm using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. It has a dofa applicator, so I just find that it's easier to do. You can also use concealers in a pot. Those are also really great. I have an RMS concealer, which I use pretty often. So the shade I use is medium 2. It's also known as ginger. Now what I'm going to do is take this applicator, a mirror right here. So I'm just going to bring it in front of me. And now you've seen me do this before, but take the applicator and make a downward triangle. Make a downward triangle underneath your eye on this side, and now we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now you're going to apply 2 triangles underneath your eyes. Then you're going to take the same applicator and make a little tree or a plant, whatever, in between your eyebrows. So it almost looks like 3 plants, like 3 leaves, okay? Next, what you can do is apply a little on your chin in a cross. You can apply a little here and here on your upper lip area. So make it look like you have a French beard, basically. Just kidding. Now you can use a beauty blender or use a foundation brush. I think sometimes what I like doing is using a foundation brush and then going over it with a beauty blender. I just feel like it stays better, but you can do either or. So take this, and if you want to make it dewy, what you can do is spray the brush with rose water or setting spray or something like that, and then apply it. So now I'm just going to apply it with the brush. Make sure that you're dabbing it in. Don't wipe it. It'll take off all the product. So just dab it in. Lastly, you do it on your forehead. Again, dab it in. Okay, so can you see now your face already looks kind of put together and brighter? Now you may notice that here in this area, your face is looking much brighter than it should, right? So now what you can use is setting powder. Powder, use any sort of powder foundation that you use, or just a translucent setting powder which will just make it sit and stay there longer, but that can also tend to brighten it a little extra, and sometimes it can make you look sort of gray, and like you've just put like talcum powder on your face, so you don't really want that look. So use a foundation powder that's the same color as the concealer, or maybe a true foundation color. So this is what I'm using. I'm just gonna put the same brush in this and just tap it over my forehead. Just so it looks complete. You can do the same thing under the eyes, and so I'm going to do that as well. Just tap it in. Don't swipe, again, don't swipe, just tap. So yeah, there you go, all done. You can see how flawless and pretty it looks. The idea is not to make it look like you have put cakes of makeup on your face, right? Because especially when you're doing a daily glowy sort of look, or just like a daily everyday look, you don't want it to seem like you've tried too hard and you've put a whole lot of product on your face. You just want it to seem like, hey, my skin is that nice, right? So so in order to achieve that look, make sure that you don't use a shade that makes you look too powdery or too pasty or too ashy, like you actually put something that does not match you. If that is ever the case, then always use a powder which is a foundation powder that matches either the concealer or your actual skin tone, and apply that in those highlighted areas just to blend it all together and make you look very seamless and awake. So that's the idea. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will do more in this series. I'm trying to make like a makeup for beginners kind of series on this channel, just so all of you can start your makeup journey. For those of you who have been asking me so many questions, hopefully this helps. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment them as usual, and as always, I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.